Are we live?
We're live.
Hey, here we are. Technical problems. That's what happens when we do it live. But we're glad to be here. What a difference 1 week of not streaming makes. It's like we are relearning
We lost
everything.
all our muscle memory, right?
All the muscle
Yeah.
memory. But it will recover. We recovered quickly. So yeah, glad to see you back, Noah.
Good
Glad
to be back.
Hey,
Yeah.
good to hear that.
Welcome, everybody,
Welcome everybody.
to your daily AI news, where we try to demystify all the stuff with AI and,
Oh.
kind of talk to you. Ooh, your
My
camera, just
camera
went
went
bananas.
That was so funny. And why was that? I do have the. Okay, let me
We got gremlins in the system today.
let me fix that. Let me fix that. No worries. Keep on, Noah. Keep on.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and run through some updated news for you guys. And we have an interesting challenge towards the end where we're actually going to pit Grok versus ChatGPT. Basically, we're going to go ahead and give each of the tools the same document and the same prompts and see who performs better. We're not exactly sure how we're going to measure that, so we might need the audience's help for that. But yeah, let me go ahead and I guess we'll dive right on into the news. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So let's do this guy here, and NVIDIA hits 3 trillion market cap and surpasses Apple. So that's actually pretty significant. That after Computex 2025, NVIDIA surged to become the most valuable company in the world, and analysts are calling NVIDIA basically the new Intel. So it highlights the ongoing sort of gold rush for AI chips. You got your camera squared away there? Oh, no. It looks like it's a frozen
Yeah.
image.
I have to change the camera, but it's fine.
Okay.
Right. The battery this one.
It went haywire on there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries.
So, yeah, that's, that's interesting. I mean, I've always saw NVIDIA as a very strong company, and, it's been interesting to see it as a strong company, but then also just as a dominant. Now it's beating out the Apples and challenging the Googles and all that stuff, right? So
Yeah, but once we talked about that, like that's I remember that one tech, and even though it seems like it's very spontaneous, but like sometimes the development of one tech which takes a long time, but once they have an edge, then they go all the way up, right? I remember when I believe I don't remember precisely which company it was. I don't remember if it was like one of Elon Musk's company surpassing Apple. I do think that's what it was. But this have been going on forever. It's like you have all the way from the Carnegie's with the Rockefellers. Now, more specifically, not the families, but the individuals themselves, the Carnegie and the Rockefeller. You have Bill Gates and the investor that I forgot his name right now. And now we have this dynamic. So this have always been there. But it's interesting that one edge, the huge difference that it makes, right? So that's a 3 trillion market cap. Interesting. I don't know.
I was chatting with somebody that has been with NVIDIA for quite some time. And he said one of the big challenges is, they're an amazing hardware company, but they struggle a little bit on the software side, which makes sense, right? Like it's not what their DNA was coming out of it. So sort of transitioning over or incorporating that has been a bit of a struggle for them.
Yeah.
And you could imagine the same in return. Like if you started out as a software company, all the hurdles you'd have to overcome to start also becoming a hardware company.
There is that. I believe who did that? Was there a history that happened? Because what I can remember right now is like Microsoft is a is a software company. I don't know if today they are considered a software company, but they started as a software company, not hardware company. I think Apple. I remember there was Steve Jobs actually saying that he had a hard time. The company had a hard time to, because they were trying to do the whole thing, both the hardware and the software. Now that they did succeeded and delivered good products. Um, but yeah, the two completely different companies, not companies, businesses, right? Software, hardware.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like, and we talked last week, a couple weeks ago about Ivy joining the
Right.
right.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's the combination. So basically, ChatGPT would be what we know as software, and Ivy might be the brain for the hardware. So that's going to be an interesting
Yeah, for those of you that
combination.
maybe didn't see our last episode or might not be familiar with it, Ivy's actually one of the main guys that built a lot of the most famous products from Apple on the hardware side.
Exactly, a very successful one. And then
Or maybe he was user interface. Do I have that wrong? I might have that wrong.
no, you got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, user interface. That's the software, like the software part, right?
Yeah.
So that was Forrest Sal is the one that I remember, and of course, and the team and many others were in the project as well. I feel like my camera is blinking here. I'm gonna try to do that, but don't
It
worry
looks
about
all right
that.
on my side.
It looks okay for you.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Oh, it
on
did
the
blink.
right. It's
Yeah.
on the. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's on the
Let me-
fritz.
Yeah, I mean
It's
it's
okay. It gives
so-
that quality like we're being invaded by.
exactly. But something that
or
is
something.
incredible. Let me even cut you here. Something that is incredible is the timing. Since we are talking about a hit of 3 trillion over here, it's like the timing, right? It's like it's precisely 5 minutes after we start the live, the camera give me the sign, and
Yeah, right.
and it has a
this
bar.
is definitely Murphy's Law.
no,
day
that's
right now.
amazing. And but there, I still have a bar here of, but it's like can't complain. I still have means to 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 make the live.
Yeah. Now, if you guys
let's
are
go.
wondering why my pretty face is so much prettier than Rick's right now, it's because we're actually for the first time both of us are using iPhones connected to our machines as our actual streaming cameras, and you got to see a little bit of Rick's before the batteries died in his camera mount, but
it's so interesting.
but yeah, it's pretty amazing technology. We're using a tool called Camo. So you install like the studio on your laptop, and then you install the app on your cell phone, and my cell phone is actually hardwired connected to my computer. So it recognizes that, and then it shows up in the OBS software, which is what we're broadcasting to YouTube with, as another camera source. And that actually has been working really well. It's amazing the controls that you have too, and it's free. You know, if you're okay with 720p, which I think this is fine for my
The camera is gone.
application here. And you know, you can actually control your flash, so you have like lighting that's spotlighting you and everything, and it has really good controls for framing and white balance and all kinds of good stuff. I'm told you can also use full-on cameras outside of just your iPhones too, so it'll be interesting to see that stuff.
Yeah, it's cool that you brought that. I did remember the keynote where they showed the iPhone as a camera. They even have the term for that. And you were the one who told me, hey, you can use the iPhone as a camera. So we are gearing up, if I can put it like this. I have a new iPhone arriving just for this show, and
Yeah,
it's
there's
getting better
actually
and better.
there's a lot of good courses you can take out there for learning how to really even shoot movies and documentaries with your iPhone stuff. So if there's any listeners out there that are interested in that, let me know. I have some close contacts of friends that actually provide training for that as a service. I didn't actually use their services. It probably would have been a good idea. But we just said, screw it, let's go live.
Let's do live.
Right on.
Man,
So
that's
let's
cool.
see. Do we want to go on to the next topic here?
Let's go. I have talking about film. I do have one topic that I'm excited to talk about, which is AI and script. So I'm gonna talk. So just a second, guys. Let me share the screen with you all. Boom. Let's see. There. Share.
We got you.
Awesome. Okay, so this rewriting AI script, Google and Hollywood collaborate to reimagine AI in film. So we did talk a little bit about this a couple weeks ago. So it's moving towards that direction. So for those interested in film AI, this is something to pay attention at. And let me go through here. This is a topic that I really enjoy, and that's where I see things are going. And this time, Noah told me that, and now I remember we're gonna leave the links of the everything we share with you guys on the description. Okay. So rewriting AI's script. Google and Hollywood collaborate to reimagine AI in film. So basically, since it's Google and Hollywood, so maybe the content is not going to be too different. Just the integration of the technology is going to be there. So, in a strategic move to reshape AI's image from dystopian threat to helpful assistant. Funny, this is very funny start because who gave the dystopian threat was Hollywood.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you know,
Right,
so
right.
Hollywood gave the dystopian
It's like
threat.
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, no, but now they're trying. So I mean, at least in my view, I share my view with you guys. You guys share what you think about this view. Is that so? Okay, so Hollywood create the impression of AI as a dystopian tool, and now Google is working with Hollywood to unmake what they made, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Right. So all right. So let me move on here. So just a second. So Google has embarked on an ambitious project funding short films that highlight the technology's potential benefits rather than its dangers. All right. Which I share with you guys my personal view, which is that it can be used like that, and of course there's tons of people who believe that as well. On the positive means in which can be utilized. A lot goes from the message, right? So in a strategic move to reshape AI's image from dystopian threat, so the dystopian threat that they themselves created, to helpful assistant, Google has embarked on an ambitious project funding short films that highlight the technology's potential benefits rather than its dangers, which we are doing here. We highlight the benefits, but also we observe the possible dangers, right? So the initiative comes at a time when Silicon Valley tech giants are increasingly turning to Hollywood to help craft a more positive narrative around artificial intelligence. The tech company's approach reflects growing concern about public perception of AI, which has largely been shaped by apocalyptic portrayals in popular science fiction, from HAL 9000 in 2001 A Space Odyssey, which coincidentally we have shared with you guys some information about specifically this movie a couple weeks ago. Let me see the date from this news here. May 27th, 2025. So were our live before that or right after that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, 7. Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe they brought it up before us, right? So, to the machines of the Terminator, Hollywood has often portrayed AI as humanity's eventual downfall. So, changing the narrative through creative partnerships. So, this new collaboration between tech and entertainment marks a significant shift in how AI is being marketed to the public. Rather than relying solely on technical demonstrations or corporate messaging. Companies like Google are leveraging the emotional storytelling power of film to connect with audiences. So I'm very curious to know what sort of messages they are going to be sharing. If there is going to be a message of too far away from just adding like this, oh, AI is good, but so on and so forth. Let me keep on going here, or else I'm going to be interrupting without adding much. Uh, Rather than relying solely on technical demonstration or corporate messaging, companies like Google are leveraging the emotional storytelling power of film to connect with audiences. The AI Film Festival, AIFF, represents another facet of this trend, celebrating artists who are embracing AI tools in filmmaking. The festival showcases works that offer a glimpse at a new creative era, suggesting that AI is not just a subject of films, but increasingly a collaborator in their creation. I believe I've been part of the first AIFF, the first AI Film Festival.
Hmm.
I think they're in the fourth or fifth. Production revolution underway. AI film studios are already transforming media production in 2025, integrating new tools and storytelling strategies that were unimaginable just a few years ago. Both startups and established studios are competing in this space, recognizing the potential for AI to revolutionize how content is created. The impact extends beyond just special effects, which is absolutely correct. At the 2025 Consumer Electronics Show, CES in Vegas, industry leaders demonstrate how artificial intelligence is reshaping every aspect of filmmaking. Ed Ubrich, chief content officer at Metaphysic and known for his work on Top Gun Maverick, noted that AI has actually been present in the industry for over a decade, citing its groundbreaking use in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I have not watched The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, but definitely AI, it's been around. It's just not as highlighted as it is right now. Another aspect is the aspect that it surely goes in the whole workflow of the film production, post-production, pre-production, right? But some elements still has, of course, many elements still have to be human made. So from concept to screen, AI is expanding toolkit. The range of AI applications in filmmaking continues to grow exponentially. Jason Zeta, founder of Secret Level, has showcased films made with AI, including The Heist, a 70s style car chase movie featuring AI generated dialogue and music. Meanwhile, Rachel Appleton, maybe, from Autodesk, presented a Wonder Dynamics, a tool allowing filmmakers to add live action to animated worlds in real time. That's cool. Significantly reducing both costs and production timelines. This is a huge thing that AI allows us for whoever is trying to pursue something in film production or even video production, is that the whole workflow, a lot of in the many parts of the workflow from pre-production to post-production, you can use AI tools that reduce costs significantly. So this is very, very impressive for anyone who kind of understand a little bit of the cost of the work of making a video or a movie. And even those who just don't know, who just don't make use of the tools, they already can see that like someone in their room with the tools are able to make cool videos, very interesting videos, and very creative ones. So perhaps most visibly to audiences, director Robert Zemeckis utilized AI de-aging technology in his film Here to make Tom Hanks appear younger, a process that didn't require expensive and time-consuming visual effects. So that's a good example of diminishing costs. Augmentation, not replacement. Despite fears of AI replacing human creativity, industry experts emphasize that artificial intelligence serves primarily as a tool to enhance human capabilities rather than supplant them. We talked about this in one of our first episodes, which is both are going to occur Therefore, it's the good use of those AI that is going to allow us. And I think a comparison that we made, a parallel that we made was industry, right? So through the process of industrialization, there was this kind of, oh, it's going to take those jobs, but by bringing new opportunities, it's going to bring a new wave of works that also can be developed. And so I move on here. Artificial intelligence serves primarily as a tool to enhance human capabilities rather than supplant them. I really enjoyed this sentence. So artificial intelligence serves primarily as a tool to enhance human capabilities rather than supplant them. It's not, we should not take this for granted. I really enjoyed this sentence, but it serves, not necessarily, but if conditions are organized for that to be the case, that's what the goal that it should be reached, to serve primarily. So conditions should be organized so that artificial intelligence serves primarily as a tool to enhance human capabilities rather than supplant them. It should not be taken for granted that this is what necessarily is going to happen. Brian Brown, executive director of Razorfish, offered an illuminating comparison, likening AI to electricity, a utility that powers other tools rather than a replacement for human ingenuity. It definitely helps human ingenuity to explore its explore and express its potential. This sentiment is echoed by Samira Pana Bhattacharya from Amazon Web Services, who explained how AI can improve practical tasks like archiving and sports broadcasting. Contrary to fears of job losses, Bhattacharya suggests that AI implementation is actually creating new roles and opportunities within the industry. So the dynamic is there, right? As Hollywood and Silicon Valley continue to forge closer ties, this evolving relationship may ultimately determine how the public perceives and accepts artificial intelligence in their daily lives. Through the emotional power of storytelling, tech companies hope to replace fear with optimism about an AI enhanced future. Yeah, so we've been doing this work over here throughout our 8 episodes in starting early stage manner. So if they need any advice, we can give them some advice. They are free to ask for us for some advice. And I repeat, just to give the word to Noah, is that okay? You guys are working together. What's gonna be? There gonna be a message and optimism towards optimism towards AI. It's not sufficient. Conditions, the material conditions and the real conditions need to be organized so that AI really does that which our positive, to be positive impression does. So in reality, also as an impression, as in thought. Yeah, that was my rant. Any thoughts, any idea, or?
Oh no, I think it actually ties in really well with the next subject that I've got.
Bring it on.
Let's see. So, actually, in Hollywood, the SAG-AFTRA and the studios have finalized a deep fake clause. This has kind of been a big issue in the news of using people's voices and images to say things that they're not actually saying. So a new agreement has been established. I'm going to spare you with all the gory details, but basically, the actors' voices can be used with consent, and then the actors will get compensated for that. And it includes new requirements for labeling synthetic media. So if you're watching something that has been generated by AI, it will actually state that it's been generated by AI. And it could reshape contracts for background actors and voice artists moving forward. OpenAI's voice model actually was paused due to a celebrity likeness controversy. The Sky voice was, I guess, really, really close to Scarlett Johansson's voice. So they put a pause on that. And so that raises new legal and ethical issues around voice cloning, even if it's not intentional. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I know for a fact. I think more than even just film actors, a lot of voiceover actors are really kind of up in the air as to where the industry's headed these days with that. So yeah, something to think about.
Let me unmute myself. Yeah, comment on that. Remember who said it? I think was the Sam Altman from OpenAI. I think he was the one. Was it him? I don't remember. Said, "Oh, is this bad public relations or what it is? Something related to that." Yeah, it's like I feel it depends a lot on the context sometimes, right? Like we watch a movie, we don't we don't have a warning. Oh, this is CGI. This is an effect, or so on and so forth. That I understand the element of kind of misguiding the public towards a person uh, that might offend that person or something in that sense, right? So I do understand that aspect there, and we need to be aware of that, um, which I think the awareness exists. Yeah. Next one, and just to remember you all, hey, whoever visits right now, live or later, make sure just to like the live and feel free to share if you know if anyone has interest on the topic, AI, film, just share with them the live.
So who do we got up next?
Let's go. I have our favorite guy, Elon Musk.
All right.
Let me share. I'm gonna share one screen, but then I'm gonna change the screen. So I have here. I try to find something simpler, but so this we have Elon Musk on Qatar Economic Forum. So most of those news for you all, they were organized last week, but they're still kind of important, at least on my view or our view. So here I have Elon Musk, Qatar Economic Forum. And now I'm going to share the new. This image is pretty cool. Now the new that I want to share is... Dun, 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 dun. For some reason, the way the tabs are organized when I'm going to share them is different from how they are organized on my Google Chrome. All right, so do you see? Yes, I can see, we can see, and I move on. So Elon Musk to continue OpenAI lawsuit lawyer. So a background for you guys here, for those who do not know, what happened was that Elon Musk sued OpenAI due to some things. Like one of them, which I believe we're gonna go through this news over here, is that OpenAI is supposed to be open source, and we spoke about this also in the last episode, I believe, if I remember correctly, that OpenAI had this one of their I'm not sure if it would be correct to say tool, but one of their tool, let me use the term, was to be open source. I don't know if they became, if truly is open source, but let's see what happens here. So Elon Musk to continue OpenAI lawsuit lawyer. A lawyer for Elon Musk says the billionaire plans to proceed with OpenAI lawsuit despite OpenAI's recent non-profit announcement. There were multiple things, so that was another aspect of it, which was OpenAI supposed to be non-profit and open source, and it seems like they became precisely the opposite. So OpenAI will continue to face legal action from Elon Musk, his lawyer has stated, despite OpenAI's recent announcement. Reuters reported that Musk's lawyer, Mark Tobiroff, said on Monday that the world's richest man plans to proceed with his highly watched lawsuit against OpenAI. This came despite OpenAI backtracking over its decision made in September 2024 to restructure itself into for-profit benefit corporation. But on Monday, OpenAI's board of directors said they had now made the decision for the non-profit to stay in control of the AI pioneer. Bad faith? Nothing in today's announcement changes the fact that OpenAI will still be developing closed source AI for the benefit of Altman, his investors, and Microsoft. Chubirov, and I'm butchering his name, sorry about that. Chubirov was quoted by Reuters as saying in a statement, "The announcement obscures critical details about the supposed non-profit control arrangement, and particularly the sharply reduced ownership stake the non-profit will receive in Altman's for-profit enterprise." Chubirov, let me see one thing here. No, I cannot do that. Where's my AI true? Here, let me do this. Wait. Let me do one thing here, guys. I'm gonna do something very interesting now. Something very high tech. Let me see how his name is pronounced. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Boom. Change this one, change that one. Upper off. Toberov. Okay. Toberov. Moving on. Man, so many echoes. I don't know if you guys are picking up all those echoes. So Toberov reported.
Oh yeah, we're picking
You
it up.
got that's so now. Do we have the echoes there?
Yeah,
Let me
we
see
do.
then. Where is this sound coming from? Now is it better?
Yeah, that's better.
No echo?
Yep.
Awesome. And anyone there watching us, tell us if there's echo or not for our future viewers. Okay, so but OpenAI hit back and alleged by continuing to pursue his lawsuit against the firm. It showed that Musk was simply trying to hinder the firm in order to allow his AI firm xAI to catch up. Elo continuing with his baseless lawsuit only proves that it was always a bad faith attempt to slow us down. A spokesperson for OpenAI was quoted by Reuters as saying in a statement, "It should be noted that it is not just Musk who had opposed OpenAI's for-profit move. Last month, it emerged that 10 former employees of OpenAI were asking the top law enforcement officer of California and Delaware to stop the firm from shifting controls of its AI tech from a non-profit charity to a for-profit business." Yeah, I think there was a huge deal on that, and it does make sense that they are continuing to pursue that because things did not change, right? It's the OpenAI, if I remember correctly, is to be open source and non-profit, and it's precisely the opposite. So it makes sense the continuation of the pursuit. So, and OpenAI's decision also faced scrutiny from attorney generals in Delaware and California. Other big companies, such as Meta and prominent figures, including Nobel Prize winner Geoffrey Hilton, known as the godfather of AI, had also urged regulator to block OpenAI's restructuring. But now OpenAI's board of directors said it has an update plan for evolving OpenAI's structure. "We made the decision for the non-profit to retain control of OpenAI after hearing from civic leaders and engaging in constructive dialogue with the offices of the Attorney General of Delaware and the Attorney General of California," said board chair Brett Taylor. Despite this, it seems that Musk's lawsuit will still continue. Well, since things didn't change, it makes sense that it continues. Musk's lawsuits. Elon Musk had initially sued OpenAI in March 2024 for breach of contract, alleging the firm was no longer following its original non-profit principles. OpenAI then issued a very public endpoint by point rebuttal of Musk's allegations by directly comparing them to Musk's own words contained within his own emails. Musk abruptly withdrew his original lawsuit without explanation on June 2024, a day before a judge was due to rule the OpenAI's request for it to be dismissed. But in August 2024, Musk filed a more forceful lawsuit alleging that OpenAI and its co-founders Sam Altman and Greg Brockman had gone against the company's funding principles by prioritizing commercial interest over the public good. In December 2024, Musk, let me see, we're almost done here, guys. In December 2024, Musk asked the federal court for an injunction to stop OpenAI from converting into a full for-profit business. Then in February 2025, Elon Musk and a group of investors offered about $97 billion to buy the nonprofit behind OpenAI. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman immediately stated that Musk's offer was ridiculous and the company is not for sale. Altman also noted that the offer was another one of his tactics to mess with us, and he had not paid any attention to it, as it doesn't matter. Elon Musk then claimed he would withdraw his $97 billion offer to buy the nonprofit behind OpenAI, but only it drops its plan to convert into a nonprofit operation. In March, federal judge denied Elon Musk's request for a court order blocking OpenAI from converting itself to a for-profit company, but said she could expedite a trial to consider Musk's claim against the ChatGPT maker and its CEO. In April, OpenAI announced that it was now counter-suing Elon Musk and posted on X that Elon's non-stop action against us are just bad faith tactics to slow down OpenAI and seize control of the leading AI innovations for his personal benefit. Now there is a battle of narrative here, but to simplify, then we basically have that OpenAI is supposed to be, and the name says it all, OpenAI, which is open source, and non-profit, and it seems like it's profitable and for profit and not open source. So I do feel like the condition's still there, so that's why I think it makes sense for the continuity of the lawsuit. Yeah, that's a rant right there.
Okay, right on. Let's move on to the next one here in the news. Let's see. So the company Anthropic makes a tool called Claude, and version 3.5 is coming out, and that's a competitor, their competitor for the Chat GPTs and Geminis out there. Basically, some of the benchmarks were leaked. It hasn't been released yet, but it's supposed to be around mid-June. They show it outperforming Chat GPT 4.0 on several reasoning tasks. New tools are rumored to be able to have real-time PDF comprehension, synthetic teammate capabilities, and longer-term memory retention. So looking for that in June. If any of you guys have messed around with the tool Claude, I have no experience with it. I have to admit ignorance here. We'd love to hear from you. If you could email us at yourdailyainews@gmail.com, that'd be great. Anything that you've got there on Claude we can talk about would be a good one.
Especially if you think they should change their art style.
Oh my God. I don't think I've seen a more terrible logo in my life.
What's going on there?
I'm really bad with logos as it is, coming from the engineering side. So, I mean, you're an AI tool for crying out loud, and this is...
this is the...
I've seen 2-year-olds do a better job of...
such an interesting contrast, right? No, like I did watch a person using Claude, and it was pretty impressive. Their tech is pretty impressive.
Okay.
That at least the person showing. I tried to log in. It's not too intuitive. It didn't feel very intuitive. Their website. I tried to log in. I tried to use their tool. But I don't know. Like for the public, maybe they have a different public. I guess I feel like that's the major point. They do have a specific public. And yeah, not that we make very impressive art over here. Not that our right.
Well, they
But
must be doing something. I mean, to get
oh no,
headlines
they're
like this.
oh yeah, no, they're
But
pretty.
yeah, you know, a lot of times, I mean, this is a common joke, right? Like you get these geniuses that sometimes the rubber doesn't meet the road in certain areas. It's like, come on, guys, you could have hired a marketing person.
True. Yeah, I feel like maybe that's their strategy. I could
We
say.
don't need marketing.
Yeah, maybe that's their strategy. They try to make us feel good, right? Oh no, look at that. We do better. But no, yeah, I mean, I don't got it. I don't got it. If anybody understand the reasoning behind it, just let us know. Let us know because I would like to understand the strategy behind that.
It's interesting that their new version is 3.5, and it sounds like that's going to be the case for Grok too, right?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I was even looking that here. Grok 3.5 is out. Or should I say, change the tonality. Is Grok 3.5 out? No, it is not. And there's not even news about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out a while ago. But I feel, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
So on that note, that's kind of that. I think that concludes the news. I don't know if you had anything more you wanted to talk about on the news stuff, but we had a fun one that we're adding to this. It might become something that we do more and more frequently. Just even in our last topic here that we discussed, the constant race back and forth between which tool is taking the lead. It's like the dot races in the sports events, right? Nobody knows. So we thought we would do something fun here and actually pit two tools head to head against each other, and we even used AI to come up with a kind of an image to show that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick here, and we've got the Desperado versus Desperado.
Let's do it.
Using a spy versus spy. Chat GPT versus Gemini.
No, it was actually Grok.
Oh, Grok, sorry. We didn't update that. It's an AI showdown to see if Grok summarizes a screenplay better or if Chat GPT summarizes.
And we also going to pay attention on the time. How long does it take?
Yeah.
So this is a script. Let me give you guys some idea of the size of the script. This is a kind of a revised script, and it has 122 pages. So Noah gonna show you guys like the prompt that he gonna use.
Yeah, so we're looking.
I'm gonna use the same prompt.
I guess we'll start with Chat GPT then, since I've already got stuff shared, and so somebody keep track of time here for us.
Hey, let me,
And what I'm going to do is just drag and drop the file itself. So this is the screenplay for Gladiator.
So let me don't press yet. Tell me when so I can track the time. And let's see how long does it take. It's going to be interesting. And tell us the prompt as well.
Okay, so right now I've got the script loaded. I haven't sent it in yet. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to copy and paste the prompt, and Ricardo will do the same thing.
You first, then I do it.
After this. So this is, we want you to summarize this script using between 80 and 100 words. So I'm going to do a countdown here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what ChatGPT does. So it's analyzing the PDF.
And you'll tell me once it's done?
It's done.
10 seconds.
It was even faster than that, but yeah, that's fine. So it says, in Gladiator, General Maximus wins the key battle for Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who secretly names him successor over his corrupt son Commodus. After Marcus's sudden death, Commodus seizes power and orders Maximus's execution. Maximus escapes, but finds his wife and son murdered. Captured and sold into slavery, he becomes a gladiator under Proximo. Driven by vengeance and longing for justice, Maximus rises as a hero in the arena. His fame leads him to Rome, where he ultimately challenges Commodus's tyranny, fighting for the soul of the Republic and to honor Marcus's dying wish.
There you go. Very well summarized.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go over to your screen.
Let's do it.
Your neighborhood.
Yes. Let me just check one thing here. And let's see. So that was a little less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I have here Grok. Let's see, what are you up to, Grok? So there was no test before, guys, so it can go wrong. Summarize. Oh, is this
You can just copy
visible?
and paste if you want. Yeah.
So
Summarize this script using between 80 and 100 words. Yeah, that's exactly the same.
Awesome. All right, so let's see. Reset. 3, 2, 1, go. This feature is not available. Thanks. So no, I was expecting that.
Want to try Gemini real quick?
Exactly. I mean,
That actually matches our
the old schedule. All right, so let me change the share. Oh, gotcha. It's the subscription level. I should have thought about that. Okay, so let's see Gemini. Let me change the screen. Gemini. Okay. I don't know. Let's see if it's gonna ask for the okay, so let me use the same prompt. Well, that was quick. That was 5 seconds though. Twice quicker. Not sure if constant. All right, so do we see Gemini there?
Yep, looks like we got the same comment.
Alrighty, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Gemini does the job. And I did not need to pay. Thanks, Gemini. Grok 3.5 is going to be here soon, offering this. And, whoa, it took a little bit more, or... All right. Around 13 seconds.
Okay.
So let's see what we got here.
So a little longer, huh?
Is it?
Yeah, well, mine was, let's see, ChatGPT was under 10 seconds, right?
I see. Yes, exactly. So it took around 3 seconds longer, yeah. So the Gladiator script opens in 108 AD. Okay, so it has an interesting introduction here with Roman General Maximus leading victory in Germania. Emperor Marcus Aurelius names Maximus as his successor, aiming to restore the Republic. However, Marcus' jealous son, Commodus, murders his father and orders Maximus' execution and his family's death. Maximus escapes, but discovers his family has been crucified, captured, and enslaved. Maximus becomes a gladiator under Proximus' ownership. He gains immense popularity in the Roman Colosseum, secretly planning vengeance against Commodus. Their confrontation in the arena becomes inevitable. So it's interesting that it creates some kind of drama.
I like what it did better. I mean, it gives you historical context with the time at 180 AD. There isn't really any of that in the ChatGPT one. I mean, we know it's Rome from their description, and I guess you could infer when this is just based on the emperor's names.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of like I like Gemini's description a little better.
Right.
There.
One thing that I would wonder is that word crucified. Because we watched, for those of us who watched this classic movie, Gladiator, they were not crucified, they were hanged, if I remember
I
correctly.
thought they were set on fire. I can't remember actually, but
It,
I know when he came back, his lands were burned, and I think their burnt bodies
hanged.
were yeah. I think it was a combination of being
True.
hanged and burned,
Yeah.
or maybe they were hanged and then they just set the place on fire. I don't know.
Let me
It's
challenge.
gruesome no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and he
But
done.
crucifixion, you might be right. It might be wrong.
So is the word, here's what I'm gonna do, is the word crucified, because we are talking the movie and the script, is the word crucified in the script? Let's see if it gives us that. But yeah, no, that scene, it's very intense, and that's one big scene on the movie. That once he sees his wife hanged
Oh, it is.
and he goes to her feet. Yeah, the word crucified is in the script. It
So,
appears
yeah,
in the
can't-
line. This
Can't
is
blame it. That was a good question. by the
right,
way.
and this
Yeah.
is impressive. I should have timed this, and it gives the line:
Mhm.
Maximus, my family were crucified and burnt while they were still alive.
Hey, my memory did serve me right. They were burnt.
Yeah, no, they were. Yeah, I kind of, after you said
Well,
that, I
it sort of
remembered as well.
reminded me of, there's a scene in the original Star Wars that's um, it's very short and a lot of people miss it. But when Luke Skywalker comes back after being out with the Sand People and meeting Obi-Wan Kenobi, he comes back. His aunt and uncle are actually burned, and they just show it real fast. But it's similar in that effect.
Yeah, we should
Don't know
bring
where I was
some-
going with that, but there it is.
So definitely there's something that we can bring about Star Wars, right? Like related to AI. Like those futuristic movies, they sure had something.
Well, I think it might tie in a little bit to what you were reading before. AI has been in the movies, I think you were saying, for over 10 years.
Yeah.
It always trips me out because I was reading an article that said that when the movie Tron, the original one, came out, it was actually disqualified from special effects awards because it was utilizing computer technology too much, according to the Academy at the time. So I don't know. It's kind of who knows.
Yeah,
I mean,
it makes me remember there is this. It's not necessarily a meme. It's a picture that it seems like a meme, which is mathematics professors making a protest, trying to ban calculators when calculators were coming out. Yeah. So, and that's real. That's real. So there is this change shift. It's always like every technology, I imagine, it's like it has this shift. Almost every technology, I should say, Ben. But yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I really enjoyed that one. That was impressive as well.
Yeah, old Gemini. I didn't expect it to resonate better with me than ChatGPT, only I think because I've just got more experience with ChatGPT. But I have used Gemini before and gotten some valuable responses. Yeah, but it did take a little bit longer, huh?
Yeah, slightly.
Interesting.
Slightly longer, couple of seconds. But believe me, I feel like in 2 months, all those times are gonna be hugely different. Yeah,
right.
It's like the progress is amazing.
Yeah.
Man, that was cool. Yeah, glad to be back.
Yeah. We're sorry for the technical difficulties there. I get the feeling that many people will be seeing this in the recorded version versus being here live with us.
Yeah, and if you guys are
we made a lot of changes, and so flying by the seat of our pants, which is what this show is all about. So
yeah. And for
if
you
you
guys,
get the chance, check out that Camo software and using your iPhone as a webcam for your Zoom meetings and all your stuff. It's really, really impressive, and it's free. Can't beat free.
that's a deal.
So,
And you all make sure to like, subscribe. We really appreciate you guys, you future viewers, to be here.
yes, right.
Yeah.
on.
See
Thank you
you
so
all
much.
next time, next week.
Okay. Have a great
Yeah.
one.
Hey, cheers.
Everyone
Bye.